my vlog, Inspiring Bow. Today I'm going to be revisiting Amelia again. Amelia is 97 years old young, and I'm going to be interviewing her again because I find that she has a lot of wisdom to share with us. And Amelia, thanks for coming to this interview again. And what I remember, Amelia, is that I was really impressed by my last interview because you said that you were a badminton champion for 3 years in a row in Burma.
Badminton champion, right.
That was very impressive. 3 years in a row.
Yes, 3 years in a row. I was unbeatable.
What made you unbeatable?
I was very light on my feet, and many of the others were sort of slower in movement. So I was very with it.
You were very with it. Did you have to do a lot of practice? Did you have to do a lot of exercise?
I initially, before I came into the championship level, I used to practice a lot. But once I became a champion, I said, I'm what I am.
You were satisfied?
Yes, I was.
So Amelia, one thing I've always noticed is your cheerful nature. What do you think happiness means?
Happiness to me is a lot. In fact, if I wasn't happy, I think I'd be miserable. I want to be happy. I want to be peace of mind. Peace of mind gives me happiness. Mm-hmm. And if I'm peaceful and things are going well and everything around me is fine, I'm happy. What is there to be worried about?
So what do you think the key is to happiness?
It's a question of your outlook on life. You can be a person that would be nitpicking and petty about things that are trivial. Whereas I feel looking on a broad view, it overlooks a lot of petty little things. So I think that gives me peace of mind. And if you have peace of mind, you'll be happy.
So having a peace of mind and being more relaxed about things?
I try to be more philosophical about all events. I feel some people, they can't help being unhappy or miserable. I try to understand why. Why is she like that? Mm-hmm. And when they're happy, I say, oh, how lucky you are. How are you like that?
Wow.
I want to be happy.
Well, how are you like that? I want to know how you are like that. I find that you're happy.
I think I am happy.
Yeah.
I've had a good marriage. My husband was such a good, kind man. And Charlotte, my daughter, you know what Charlotte's like. And I have a son that's very similar like her. So I've been into this close family. To me, family is number one.
Family is very important, yes.
Oh,
and you have a good family that takes care of you.
Yes, and gives me a lot of comfort because I know that they're all well and they're doing well and their life is good. Mm-hmm. Nothing interfering or upsetting them for them. So when they have peace and happiness, I'm happy.
That's true. That's great. So you have good children that take care of you, and you've taught them well. You gave them good values so that they value taking care of you as well.
Oh yes, they are. They all not only but they're very kind to people too. Mm-hmm. My son is a very generous young man. Mm-hmm. He feels sorry for everybody, and sometimes I think he's over generous, but he's happy, so let him be.
He sounds like your husband from the way you're talking. What do you think is the key to healthy aging?
Happy aging.
Healthy aging. Because you're pretty healthy.
Yeah, because I exercise every morning. I used to take a lot of in the swimming, running sports.
Okay.
I was a captain of the badminton champion. Mm-hmm. Also the basketball. I was captain of 2 teams, which kept me going, and I felt responsible. So I think that helped me to appreciate all that was around me.
Yeah, so you were very active.
Always,
Very
always.
active,
Even
yes.
in school, I would always be running and I have to come first.
Yes. Yeah, being active is very important, I know.
Oh, yes.
And, yeah.
Yes.
So I was wondering, do you believe in God?
Of course I believe in God.
Yes.
Very much so. Oh, yes. I believe in God, my creator.
But what do you say to people who don't believe in God?
I feel that they're missing something. I feel sorry for them, but they have their own, maybe their own views, but they have their own worship. They worship another God, not our Christian God. So each one has their own. They have to be happy in themselves.
Well, somebody might say to you, how do you know there is a God?
How do I know there is a God?
Yes.
I believe that the universe is protected and looked after, and each of us individuals have that feeling of comfort to know that there's a God above us, and we say our prayers, so we believe that there is a God, and that makes us comfortable to know that we have a God looking after us.
Okay. But then, there are people who doubt the existence of God, and then there are people
I feel
who
sorry for them.
don't believe in God, and
But
they're
they have
happy.
their own beliefs.
And they're happy.
To each one their own. You can't force something on
Right.
anybody, especially religion. Don't force religion on anyone.
That's true.
Each one must have their own.
That's true. Everybody has their own beliefs.
Yeah, to each his own.
To each his own. I agree. I was just wondering, what is the worst thing that has ever happened to you in your life?
Oh my
And
God.
how did you cope with it? How did you deal with it?
I can't think of anything worse.
No?
I've had a happy, good life. I have 2 children that I'm blessed with. I have such good children. My husband was such a good man.
Yes.
So I've had goodness around me. I've never had to feel that I've got some trouble around the corner sort of thing. I have a lot of faith in God.
Right.
I say my prayers every day, and I believe that when I say my prayers, I believe that God is listening to me.
So there's nothing that really stands out in your mind that was like really negative that happened to you in life?
No, fortunately, no negative. I think it's all positive, all positive. I've never had any problems, never.
Oh, that's great.
So and that's what I thank God
Yes.
for. I thank God for my
You had good karma.
my peaceful life.
You had a good, peaceful life.
I do.
Surrounded by loving people.
Yes, and the people around me, if I find that they're irritable, I avoid them.
Oh, okay.
But I like to be with happy people.
That's great.
You happy?
Well,
Otherwise, I'd avoid you.
Well, one thing about me, I have to smile no matter what. It's
Yes.
just the way who I am.
Yeah, so
Just
then
the way I am.
And
Yeah.
to smile, you have to be happy. Therefore,
Yes.
you are born happy.
Yeah, and I laugh easily. It's just something I feel like, again, it's just part of me, you
Yeah.
know? In fact, sometimes I look at people and I wonder, why can't they smile? Because smiling is just, I feel it's part of my nature.
Yes.
Yes.
It comes naturally.
It comes naturally, yeah.
Sure.
Nothing really great has to happen for me to laugh or smile.
No. And the happiness, it comes from within.
Yes, yeah.
It comes from within. You can't pretend to be happy. You can't pretend these things. They have to come naturally.
There's one thing that you said to me earlier when we were talking that I found very profound, is you said something about where there is, even when there is sadness, there is always happiness. Do you remember saying that to me?
I don't remember saying that to you, but when I think about it,
Or where there is happiness, there can be no sadness. Or you said something to that effect.
when people are happy, they're happy. I don't think they'll want to be sad in any respect.
But sometimes, something
You
happens.
have both. You can have both, but you have a period. You're
Okay.
happy now, but you can be sad the next minute because some news will come to
Right.
you.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah, so nothing is forever. Your emotions always change.
Sure.
So that's something that you
And
can...
if you don't change, that means something wrong with you.
Yeah. Well, it's something that we can hold on to, that whatever we're going through is not going to last forever.
If supposing something was happening not so good in my life, then I have to reflect and accept it and work with it to make it work out.
Right. So, okay, accepting.
It's up to me. It's up to me.
Yes, accept. That's something very, well said, is that acceptance is very important for us in our lives.
Oh, yes.
Instead of fighting whatever is going on, we have to accept, and it's
Sure.
easier to go through.
And if you don't accept it, you're the only one that's going to be miserable.
Right. Okay. If there is one age that you could live over again, what would it be? What would it be? Is there a period in your life where you were very happy and you wish you could go back to that time again?
I've always been happy. It's hard to tell which age I would be happy.
You've always been happy.
I've always been happy. Thank God.
Yes.
I have a lot of faith.
You have a lot of faith.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I say my daily prayers. I have faith. I have faith.
So would you say faith is the key to your happiness?
Yes, you have to be. If you don't have that faith in you, you'll be miserable worrying about this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. Whereas this way you trusted God. This is my faith. This is what's going to happen. If something bad happens, you have to accept that and deal with it, mm-hmm. not just mourn about it. Mm-hmm. So I believe that's how you treat it.
Yes, I think it's also important to experience your feelings.
Oh, yeah.
Experience them, feel them, and then slowly move on. Accept what's going on, like you said.
Even if something was happening that I'm not pleased about, mm-hmm. I don't have to mourn about it. You accept it, deal with it, and carry on.
Okay, deal with whatever's going on. Okay, what are you most, sounds like you're grateful for a lot of things in your life. Is there any one particular thing that you're most grateful for in your life?
It's hard to tell. Hard to tell. I'm so grateful for life in general.
In life in general.
I've had a good life.
You've had a good life.
I had a happy childhood. Mm-hmm. My father was he liked his children to be tops of everything, and he had it involved, and he got us to understand and to accept. Mm-hmm. Accept. If you don't accept, you're the only one that's miserable.
So you learned that from your father to accept?
My father brought us up like that.
Oh, okay.
He used to give us lectures. Mm-hmm. We had 5 children. I have 5 of us. Mm-hmm. My big brother used to get the biggest lectures because he was always in trouble. Big brother. But then my sister, I had first sister, then brother, then sister, myself, and then a baby boy. Mm-hmm. So I was mixed up in between.
You were in the middle.
Yeah, and it was good. I had both sides.
So it sounds like your father taught you a lot. What would you say what did your mother teach you the most?
My mother would be sure that I was tidy and good. Uh-huh. Be tidy, she said, be tidy.
What other values did she teach you?
Values? Mm-hmm. Honesty.
Honesty.
Honesty was the favorite in our family. My father didn't to us. My mother always spoke to us. But if you're not honest, you're no good. Even if it's something against you, you have to be honest with that. Mm-hmm. Honesty is the best policy. That was in my family. I had a big sister, big brother, another big sister. Then I was the 4th child. Mm-hmm. So I had a lot handed down to me. Then I had baby brother.
So you learned a lot from your parents and your siblings.
Yes, definitely. Yes. My family.
Yes, your family.
And my family were very, very close to me and very important to me. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't understand how some people didn't agree in their families. I couldn't understand it, but I was thankful to God that I had a good family.
Yes, because there are families with a lot of conflicts,
Oh, so sad.
Yes.
It's so sad. Mm-hmm. That the closeness is the family. Mm-hmm. Your closeness is your family.
That's true. It's so important to be close. Have you ever done anything that was crazy in your life?
What have I done that's crazy?
Well, you may consider it crazy, or somebody else might consider it crazy.
I think I was more or less a serious person.
Oh, okay.
I think I was more serious, and I didn't appreciate all this foolishness.
Oh, okay.
'Cause there
Well, you know, I did something really crazy. I've done crazy things in my life,
Yeah.
even though I was raised, you know, the proper way, so to
yes,
speak.
I
But-
was very proper. My father was.
Well, the last crazy thing that I did was one of the things I was telling you earlier is that I was visiting my mother in the hospital in Ottawa, but I live in Toronto. And after visiting her, I was supposed to take the train and come home and start a shift, like maybe it was a night shift. And when I got to the bus stop, I was told that the buses were late, and I thought, oh my God, how am I going to take the next bus that will take me directly to the railway station? And I didn't know what to do, and I didn't have the phone number off a taxi. So I hitchhiked. I just stuck my thumb out, and a young guy picked me up, and I told him, please drop me off at this street where I can take the bus that will actually take me to the railway station.
Wherever.
And he did. I got onto my train in time, and I got to work in time.
The thing is, you had to trust that young man.
It was just gut instinct.
You know.
It was just impulsive. I just was so desperate to get
Yes.
the train on time that
Yes.
that was the only thing I could think
Yes.
of. Though in my whole life,
Desperation.
but in my whole life, I have never hitchhiked, except for in Germany once when I was traveling. We did travel.
I don't think I've ever hitchhiked.
I hitchhiked in Germany out of the same desperation one day when we were traveling with a friend and I. We had to get to some place, and we hitchhiked in Germany.
Yeah.
And it was scary because the driver was very fast. When I sat with the driver in Ottawa, he was just a nice young guy. And that guy that drove us in Germany, my friend and I were saying our prayers in the back of the car, and he was eating ice cream with one hand, but he got us to our destination safely as well. So I was giving you these examples to
Yes,
see if you've done
yes.
anything crazy
And
like
you
that
had to-
before.
Convince yourself that he was okay.
Yeah.
You have
Well,
to
you can
have
sense
that
people.
confidence.
Yes, you can sense what people are like.
Yes, and it's up to you. You know, you either trust or you don't trust.
Right.
It's up to you.
So you've never done anything like that, crazy like that?
I had a very strict father. I was a family of 5, and I was the middle. I had sister, brother, sister, then myself, and then baby brother.
Oh, okay.
So I was right at the back of them. But I was the active one, and I was always on stage. In school, I always had to take the leading part, and I was always involved in.
So did you do some acting when you were in high school or
Oh
something?
yes, I'd always have to take the leading part in any play.
Wow. Okay.
In any play, Amelia'd have to take the leading part.
Move back this way because you're moving on the camera.
No.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's great. So you really enjoy acting too.
I do.
Yeah.
I think I've done a couple here with the. I don't know, maybe just a recitation or something. But
Oh, okay.
I was involved a lot when I was young.
So you sound like you were involved in a lot of different activities. So
Yes.
Sports and acting.
Sports, yes, definitely sports, acting.
Yeah.
In the plays in our school, I had to take the leading part.
You had to take the leading
Oh,
part
yeah, I had to take the leading part.
because you were good at it.
I was selected anyway.
Oh, okay. Wow. So you've done a lot of different things, and sounds like you also have a lot of good karma and a lot of peace as well,
Oh, thank God.
and contentment with your life.
Thank God.
So what?
I was very lucky in that I had a good marriage.
Right.
My husband was my first cousin, and we were not supposed to get married because that was against the Catholic religion. Of course, cousins don't get married. But I spoke to my dad and I said, I love Charles. So my dad gave his approval.
Okay. That's great.
Everybody loved Charles. He was a senior naval commander, and he was so humble. You know, no one would know that he was like tops in the Navy, but he was humble and so kind and so he'd feel sorry for everybody. Oh my God. And he would say, oh, my baby, da 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 da, or something. Amelia, poor things. How many poor things are you going to look after?
How long ago did he pass away? How long have you been alone?
I've been alone at least 7 years.
7 years?
At least.
At least, okay.
Yeah.
So it must be hard without him.
Oh, it was very hard at first. It was very hard. I miss him still. He was such a good man. He was so kind. He felt sorry for everybody. Charlotte's like her dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know her nature? She's sort of gentle and
Yes.
she's taken out of her dad, not her mother. Her mother's boom, boom, boom.
What do you mean, boom, boom, boom?
I'm a fighter.
Oh, you're a fighter. You like to fight
I will
for your rights?
I will never accept anyone's nonsense. I have to tell them what I think of them.
Oh, okay.
If I have something against someone, I won't keep it up and smile and pretend to be a friend.
You express how you feel about things.
I do. I would. I respect. And I've been fortunate. I've had all good friends.
That's great.
Yes.
Yeah, you're surrounded by good karma, I think.
Yeah.
Plus your own personality. What advice would you give to people growing up these days, young people growing up these days in this world?
First of all, I have to be honest.
Be honest.
Honesty is so important.
Yes.
Because it can lead you astray.
Right. Oh, but lying can lead you astray.
I say honesty first.
Honesty is the most important thing.
I think so.
I think so
To
too.
be honest, you have to be honest to yourself.
Right.
Unless you're honest to yourself, you can't be honest to the world.
Yeah, I agree. Honesty is very important for me
It is,
too.
to me.
Yeah. I find it hard. Actually, I'm not a good liar.
My father made sure that we were all very truthful. My father was very strict with us.
Yes.
He had 5 children, 3 girls and 2 boys. And he made sure that we all did the proper thing, always, that we never stepped out of line.
Oh, okay.
My father made sure he was very strict with us. And my mother was sort of soft and gentle, made up
Right.
for my dad's toughness.
So you had a balance there.
Yeah, it was well balanced. I had a lovely, good marriage and a good childhood.
That's
And
nice.
my husband too was a very kind man. Oh, he felt sorry for everybody. Charles. My Charles.
Is there anything else you'd like to leave us with? How we can be healthy, happy, strong, peaceful, content?
Trust people. You don't, a person may be bad.
Uh-huh.
You might know him for his badness. And you accept him for what he is. You don't put him down. So I think you have to be...
Accept people for the way they are.
For the way they are.
And trust them for the way they are.
And make the most of it.
And make the most of it.
Most of it, yeah.
Okay. Well,
What have I given you? Any good advice?
you've said a lot to me, actually. I really like the idea of, where there is happiness, there can be no sadness. I mean, you will still, go through some sad periods, but it sounded like to me from our earlier conversation that it's important to keep those happy memories.
And peace of mind.
And peace of mind.
Peace of mind and happiness.
I think
only peace of mind can give you happiness.
That's right.
If
So
you're
that's
all in turmoil, you can't be happy.
So that's the key to happiness, is a peace of mind.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't have that peace of mind either.
That's sad. That is sad.
How do you find peace of mind?
How do I find? I have to be philosophical about facts of life.
Okay. Philosophical about facts. So again, going back to accepting
Yes.
life the way it is.
Sometimes doesn't work your way, but you have to accept that and work through that. Don't just stop.
Okay.
You have to work through your problems and accept your happiness and be thankful for it.
Okay, well, I'm thankful that you did another interview with me. People really enjoyed the other interview, and so I decided I wanted to, do another interview with you since I'm visiting you and your daughter. And so I want to thank you for joining me today, and I hope that everybody enjoyed this interview with Amelia. Amelia has the there's a lot of happiness and a lot of peace, and we can learn from her. So I just want to thank Amelia for joining us.
Thank you. And thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. And please, everyone, share this vlog with others, and please subscribe and share my channel with other people. And thank you for joining us, and have a great evening, everyone.